Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm JP Tong. I'm now at Kechara Forest Retreat, Malaysia, and welcome to today's Thursday Paranormal Tales. How's everyone doing this evening? As you can see tonight, I have with me a special guest. He is Pastor Chia. Welcome. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. We'll wait for a few minutes because we have people tuning in. Okay, so let's see who has tuned in for tonight. Okay, so hi, good evening, Emily, King Hoy. Thank you very much for tuning in. Okay, we'll wait a few more seconds for everyone to tune in before Pastor Chia shares his paranormal experience. Okay, Pastor Chia has a lot of experiences since he was a kid, so it's very interesting, and we will learn a few things from Pastor Chia tonight. Okay, so let's see. Hi, Pastor Antoinette. Thanks for tuning in. Hi, Jillian. Hi, Batku. The man in white is Pastor Chia. All right. Yes. So we have. Hi, Bradley. Good evening. Okay, so Pastor Chia has been one of Rinpoche's student, Tam Rinpoche's student, for many years. When did you meet Tam Rinpoche?
I met Rinpoche year of 1997,
Wow, 1997, which is how many years?
23 years ago.
23 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Pastor Chia has known Rinpoche for 23 years already, and even before he met Rinpoche, he told me that he actually had a lot of experiences with the paranormal. Yeah. So now, you told me that you had your first paranormal experience when you were very young. And how old were you back then?
I think 2 3 years old. I already have the.
You actually remember what happened?
I only can remember I cry a lot at the night.
You cried a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, perhaps you can tell us what
Okay,
happened.
what happened is
Yes.
like this. My mom used to block me to go to my auntie house.
Mm-hmm.
So my auntie house, in their house they got the shrine from the landlady.
Yeah.
As a kid, I always play around. So one of the thing I play with is their urn. So I take out all the incense
The
stick.
incense burner.
Yes.
Okay.
So I did quite a few times when I visit my auntie house.
All right.
So what I get know is
Uh-huh.
after come back home at the night, I always cry at the night. I cannot sleep. So
Do you remember seeing anything?
that time I cannot remember. I only felt I very uncomfortable, and I cry a lot in the night. So my mom was very worried for first few time, and later um, he she find out that actually when every time I go to play
With the incense burner.
with the incense burners, I will get trouble at the night.
Okay.
So for longer period of time, my mom have to go back to my auntie house, to the landlady, to say sorry behalf of me, because
Oh.
I was so playful. I think I offended the landlady.
Oh, I see. So after your mother apologized,
Yeah.
did you stop crying
Um,
thereafter?
yes. After that, my situation was get better.
What do you mean by get better? You stop crying?
I stopped crying. I can able to sleep.
Oh.
Immediately the all these apology things doing already. So it seemed like during my childhood time, I already very easy to offense all these landlady things.
I see.
So instead, I think when I getting older a little bit, my mom see this problem, so she went to the um, temples. So she sit a deity. So I remember when I childhood time, I
Yes.
was adopted by the Taoist deity.
Taoist deity.
Yes.
Okay, so you were adopted by a Taoist deity.
Yes.
Why is that?
To protect, as a protections,
Okay.
and I not get disturbed so easy or often also.
Okay, yeah, because in the Taoist tradition, when a child has spirit disturbances, or if the child often gets sick, it is a common practice that that you would actually, you actually make a formal request to be adopted by a Taoist deity, and because of that, you're supposed to have it's supposed to protect you from spirit disturbances in this instance, and in certain other instances, you will not get sick all the time. So it's a common practice in the Chinese tradition, right?
Yes.
So after you were, do you remember which deity you were adopted by?
Oh, actually, it's a spirit god.
Which one is this?
The Laza,
Oh,
yeah.
Lada. It
Yeah.
is Lada. Is that child? It's a. I think she's a. Oh, he's a he, right?
He.
He's a teenager, right? A young teenager,
Yes. Yeah.
right? And it's a child, or it's an adolescent Taoist deity. So you adopted by this deity.
Yes.
And thereafter, did you get any further disturbance?
From that, I was not get any disturbance anymore.
Uh-huh.
I do get sick, but not like disturbing like this type of deity anything. And as a childhood, quite okay. I still consider healthy.
Okay.
But when I go older, then they have a different kind of experience again.
Oh,
Mm.
so you were only okay for just a few years.
Yeah, because when that is get disturbing, but later I starting see the deity.
You started to see the deity. What
Yes,
what did you see, and how old were you at that time?
I think I around 8 years old.
Okay. What did
Yeah.
you see?
I still can see this type of deity is my family. I think that time we don't have televisions.
Okay.
At the night time, we used to go to our neighbor house to go to watch the movie. So
Watch TV.
Watch the TV.
Okay.
So to go to my neighbor house, actually we have to pass one durian estate. It's
A
quite
durian estate.
yeah. So
Right.
actually it's quite far. It's about around 2-3 kilometer.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have to walk so far just
Yes.
to watch TV.
Oh, we not walk. Oh, we cycling actually.
Okay.
Okay. So my mom used to cycle me to go to my neighbor house to go to watch the TV at the night. So I remember one night when we on the way back home, and we have to cross the durian farm. So from far I can see one man actually stand on the under the tree, but because it's the full moon,
Okay.
so I can see clearly actually there is a man stand under the tree.
Okay.
I can see this man actually wearing the white robes.
All right.
Okay, hair, medium long hair,
Okay.
and I felt this man is very interesting because I see this man, the eye is, it's like they can sparkling of the green light. So I never see the man like that.
So you saw eyes,
Yeah.
green eyes,
Yeah.
that were sparkling,
Yes.
like lights.
Yes.
Okay. And he was looking at you.
When we were nearby the tree, so I keep looking on the man, and I think the man also noticed I look at him. So we just both just looking at each other.
All right.
So when the bicycle crossed by him already, he's starting want to cross the road. So I still remember I turned my back, my head, and still looking at him. So he looked at me and look at him, and then he starting across the road, and then he disappeared.
Oh, you saw him disappear.
I saw him disappear. So I don't know where he going. I told my mom, I say when I go back home, I say I see the man. Do you see the man? He said, oh, he said I never see. So my mom thought it's my imaginations, and he thought that maybe as a children I should not simple, just say we see things. So I didn't really like also, but in my impressions, I really see that man.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very special to me because I never see the people with the green eyes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And did it follow you home?
No, he didn't follow me home. He just wanted across the road.
Just cross the road.
yeah,
Just so
just-
happened that you were there.
Yeah, we just passed by. That's all.
I see. And is
Mm.
that the first time, or is that the only time that you see this
Oh.
entity?
To me, that entity in that land, yes, I saw it only one.
Only once.
Yeah.
And what was it, you think?
I think it's a landlady in that area because I remember that the neighbor estate, actually the new estate, they also hire the Malay man
Okay.
actually to take care of their durian farm.
Okay.
The Malay guy also saw the landlady before
Okay.
to
Did he
hang out.
tell you how he looked like?
He didn't tell me, but he told the owner.
Uh-huh.
So he also gets scared. That's why the whoever he employed to take care of the land, the Liulian take care, always change the people because when they see they're very scared, they just go away.
So you think they actually saw that same
Yeah,
man in the white robes?
yeah. Sometimes they see the fireball is hanging around, fire around in the farm there also.
What do you mean by fireball? As in a ball on fire?
Yes.
And what does it do?
So it just they saw it, they're floating around.
Floating around in the durian estate
Yeah,
in the middle of the night.
yes. So that is people's weakness. They saw these type of things. It's not one or two time actually. The difference Durian take care of whoever and stay in the state.
Uh-huh.
They saw it actually.
Do you understand why there's a fireball?
I'm not quite sure, but when I childhood, people say that is they say people saw the ball is a spirit ball or ghost.
Spirit ball.
Yeah, that's what they say. But for me personal, I never experienced to see
A ball.
The ball before.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Because I remember one of the earlier episodes, I did talk about seeing a spirit in the form of ball, but it was more of a tennis ball. And I saw that when there was like an army of spirits marching towards my friend and myself, even though my friend couldn't see the army of spirits, but I saw. And I was so excited because there was like hundreds of them marching towards us. Remember one of the earlier episodes, and then as it was marching towards us, all of a sudden I saw this green fireball. It was like a green glowing ball that just came towards me and it stopped in front of me, and I was shocked because I could see the eyes, but the eyes were like this. It was like a yin and yang. So a yin and yang ball whereby it's just twisted. The face was twisted. So the one eye was here and one eye was here, and it was just twisted. And I wasn't scared. I was just very fascinated. So yeah. But yours. What color was the ball that everybody saw?
Oh, I can remember they told me it's a green color ball.
A
Also.
green color ball.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah. So exactly just like mine. But could they see the eyes? Or no?
They cannot see the eye. They just say the green ball with the fire, they're floating around. So
Okay.
Means the spirit in that area is very active actually. They always like wander around the state.
Okay. Yeah, so many spirits actually, well, spirits come in all shapes and sizes and all forms. So all these balls, or how some people say that they see orbs, it's actually that. Yeah, it can be spirits, or it can even be elementals, nature spirits, or even holy beings, I was told. Okay, I don't know, but definitely I have seen this green ball, and it's definitely a spirit. Yeah, so that's pretty exciting.
Mm.
Okay, wow, many people have tuned in. Thank you very much, all of you, for tuning in. Okay, Bradley, what's this? Willow wisp, flying fireballs. Willow wisp. Okay. Yeah, so definitely it comes in all shapes and sizes. So after that, then and this was all happening in your neighborhood.
Yeah, neighborhood.
Okay, and
Mm.
then after that, did you see anything else?
When I go older,
Uh huh.
little bit, I think around 14 years old,
Yeah.
um, physically I experience attack by spirit. So
How did the spirit attack you?
oh, I remember the night that it's the night time I get attacked. So I remember around 1 a.m. at the
Uh-huh.
night. So my house dog is get barking to the field. So it was
Your
like
dog was actually outside your house or inside?
outside
Outside your house, and it was barking at the field outside.
Yes.
Okay.
So it has been barking almost hours, so non-stop. And also I can remember it's a full moon also.
Okay.
You still can see outside what is happening, but the directions of what they're barking is nothings. So you can see nothings. So because for long hour they're barking, I cannot sleep. So when I open the window,
Yeah.
I remember I shouted to the dog. I told them to shut up.
Okay.
So I told them to shut up, and I go back to sleep. I close
Okay.
the window. I go to sleep.
All right.
So when I go back to the bed before I go sleep, the first thing I felt I cannot move. Okay, my
Were you
eyes.
were you laying in bed already, or were you sitting?
Oh, I already laying on the bed, but
Okay.
my eyes not closing. I not sleep yet.
Or you just lay down?
Yes.
Okay.
I not even have the time to sleep. Just lay down only. I already got it. The first thing is I hear the buzzing sound, and I cannot move.
So you heard a buzzing sound,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you couldn't move.
Yes.
All right.
So I was very nervous because I never have this type of experience before.
Okay.
So more I try to struggle, and I try to shout out to help, but I can't.
So you could not even say anything.
Cannot.
Did you see anything?
I can't see anything.
But when you couldn't move, was there a constant buzzing sound?
Yes, the constant buzzing sound. It's just like you are in an aeroplane.
Uh huh.
Those sound is so suddenly is the pressure is so much on you, and you cannot move, and some more also you cannot breathe properly.
You cannot breathe properly.
Yes. So more you try to struggle, more you feel sufferings actually.
Oh.
So
How long did this last?
oh this my first time experience is quite long. It's around half hours I can remember.
Half an hour.
Yeah. It's very long. And that's why I was very scared because I never had an experience on that type of experience.
So in other words, the spirit was actually pressing on you.
Yeah, I think that time maybe the spirit is around because I was shouting to the dog. I can't see anything. Maybe I told them to shut up. It offended to the spirit. So the spirit.
So you
turned
think
on.
you actually offended the spirit?
Yes.
Because you asked the dog to shut up.
Yes. So immediately I get attacked very fast.
Oh wow. Was that the only time that the spirit attacked you?
No.
In your house?
In my house, no.
Yeah.
Actually, no.
It came back again?
Not the same time, but when I grow older,
Yeah.
maybe 1-2 years later,
Yeah.
around 14, 15, I also experienced the same things at the same room. So it's not the first time actually. In my house, I experienced a few times, in fact.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Is it the same spirit, you think?
I can't remember. I think could be the same spirit,
Uh-huh.
but when I get older, because it's not first time,
Yeah.
I not feel that scared anymore because it become quite often. So I do scared, but it's not like scared like first time. My first time is totally I really like.
Did you tell your mom about it?
I did told my mom, but they cannot do anything. They only told me, oh, what you can do, you have to go to pray to the deity to seek the protections.
And did you also seek
Yeah.
protection from the Taoist temple?
Yes.
And did you do that?
When I get older a little bit, I don't like to go to the temple anymore.
Oh,
So
why is that?
For I think I not so believe all this type of things, but because my experience when I turn older a little bit, I was quite getting more. Then my mom brought me to go to the not the Taoist temple. They brought me to go to the Buddhist temples, the Kuan Yin. So the
Kuan Yin temple.
the Kuan Yin temples.
Kuan Yin is actually the Buddha of compassion, Chenrezig, or otherwise known as Avalokiteshvara. Yeah.
So in my hometown, they have a quite famous um, these Kuan Yin temples. So even you, I know that when you go to travelings and you go to exam, a lot of people go to the Kuan Yin temple go to pray that time. So my mom brought me there. So that is how I remember. But the situations also get better. I didn't get attacked very often later.
All right.
So I just leave it because it's nothing bother me that much that time. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So you didn't really get much protection then. You just continued
That time.
with your life, right? Did you get an amulet like a fool? Did you get that?
Yes. My
Did
mom.
it work?
I think they work lah.
You
When
think?
I think it work
Alright.
for me. So as a protection, so we get some how to say, get some protections. You will feel better. But I do believe that all these beings or deity,
Yeah.
it do can help you.
Okay.
You
So
can
you
help.
so you felt a difference.
Yeah, I felt a difference.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Mm.
Okay. So then after that, what other experiences did you have?
Then will be more like older later already after school. Then I experienced different experience when I think when this type of attack is not just at my home. I noticed that everywhere I go, also if I have chance, I always get attacked. The situation I always get attacked, I felt that it always I feel very weak. I feel very tired. Then if happen that I go to the place that got spirit, then I'm very easy to get attacked.
Okay. So when you're physically tired
Yeah.
or physically weak,
Yes,
you will get attacked if there's a
Yes.
spirit there.
yes.
But I thought you have that amulet for protection. It didn't
Um,
work, or did
I-
you not carry it?
I think it's not all the time we carry on, especially when you sleep, you not carry on your body already. It's not near me. I need to honest to you. So if when I aware, when I'm more alert, and I not get so exhausted, I so energy so low, I will always feel okay. Even I not wear anything, okay. But I feel that always I get attacked is always I feel very exhausted, or I was after sick.
After
You-
you're sick.
After I sick,
Uh-huh.
I feel very weak. I also get attacked.
Okay,
It-
and when they attack you, what do you mean? Do they press on you, or they push you, or hit you?
Usually I experience more like pressing.
So they press on you.
Yes, but as soon that I get my mind, I'm more focused. The pressing, the pressure, it won't be very long term. Actually, it gets shorter and shorter and shorter.
I see. What do you mean by more focus?
I think one thing is when that happens, even it already happens, you cannot do anything usually. Okay, not until I met Rinpoche.
Okay.
Before that, when they happen to me, I just let it be because if I'm more struggling, I know that I will be more suffer. So
Why do you suffer?
because the pressing will be more. So
So
because
the more
I have
you struggle, the more it will press on you.
yes.
Oh no.
So I just let it be. Then until I say, okay, I'm very tired. Please don't disturb me. So I just told them like that.
Okay.
And sometimes work,
Uh-huh.
you won't very fast. You can see they release very fast. So even that after I met Rinpoche,
Yes.
also have the same experience again.
So
But
after you've met Rinpoche,
mm,
what did you do when every time it presses on you?
when I even in the sleep or as long I awake, in my mind I always starting chanting.
And what do you mind telling us what chant would you do? Or did you do?
Actually, I always doing the protector's mantras.
The protector's mantra.
Yes. So it happened that when I started chanting, and the feeling of pressing immediately release.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very fast.
And which protector is this?
I do doji dance.
Uh-huh.
I do. Last time I also do the satrap protectors.
Okay.
Yeah. And
So these two protectors.
yes.
And
these
you
two.
just recite in your mind.
Yeah.
Okay. And how long do you need to recite before it releases you?
Oh, when I feel the pressure and the buzzing sound come,
Uh-huh.
I already started already.
Oh, that's fast.
Yeah, even that I actually my actions I still can move. Sometimes even that I can hold on my pendant. If I wear pendant, I hold on that. I starting chanting, immediately it just go off the pressure. You can feel it very fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is every time when you hear that same buzzing sound,
Mm,
and just before they press on you, you
Yeah.
start chanting in your
yes.
mind.
Mm,
You don't even have to chant out loud, right?
no need.
Just in your mind.
Yes.
And once you start chanting, it'll come and immediately go away.
Yes.
Well, that's very effective. Yeah. So for those of you who have this experience, like what Pastor Chia said, if you're always doing your prayers, in Kechara, we would do our protector prayers. But of course, if you're from a different faith, you can do your own prayers as well. Yeah. So do that. But otherwise, you can try our protector mantra. We have two in Kechara. One is Setrap, one is Dorje Shukden. So see, it's very effective, very very effective. Yeah, because personally, I've had that experience before, but I actually see the spirit coming to me, running to me, and it's so fast that before I can do anything, it's like pinned me down already. Yeah, and definitely, but I've not tried reciting in my mind. I always struggle to move. I struggle to move, and then once I can move my lips, that's where I start chanting. Good idea. Let me try chanting in my mind. I don't know why. I just don't chant in my mind. I always move my lips, then I'll chant out loud, and I'll blow the mantras, and bless the spirit, and then it just goes away. But yeah, that's a good one. And I also heard that Pastor Chia, that there are some people, well, in Kechara, what they do is they just think of Rinpoche. Immediately, they just think very strongly on Rinpoche, and the spirit just repels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that many times. Yeah, so that works as well. All right, so if you do have a guru, you can do that. You can do that. Of course, you need to have strong faith in your guru in order for that to be effective. Yeah. So there you go. So The protector mantras do help. Okay, then so wow, so you always get pressed, yeah? Okay, so apart from being pressed, were there any other experiences?
I think travelings.
You're traveling.
Yeah, travelings.
Okay.
Even in the car,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I drive. I feel very tired. I will stop by and to rest because too tired. I don't want to just keep driving.
Yeah.
But if I go to the place that is very dark or place that have spirit, I
Yeah.
also get the same experience also. Like pressings, all these sort of things.
You're being pressed in the car
Yes.
as you're driving,
No. When I rest, actually.
or when you rest in the car.
Yes.
Oh.
So after that, I try to go to more light, but sometimes work, sometimes also no work. Depends the area where you're going. Actually, it's not like you have light or no light. It's the
What do you mean
place.
by light?
Uh,
You
I,
mean there's a lamp.
yes, lamppost, the light. Sometimes
Uh-huh.
you can you know those place that
The rest places.
yeah.
Right?
Sometimes no light, very dark corner.
Uh-huh.
So I just simply just park. I just try to
Rest.
rest a while, but it's happening. But sometimes when I go to the place that more bright, also happening also. So to me,
It doesn't make a difference.
it doesn't make a difference.
Exactly. You
Even
see?
the even have the same room that when I with peoples, even I rest. If the room have a spirit there,
yeah.
I also get a disturbing.
Press.
So even I wake up, I didn't tell the persons. I just sit nearby because they with the light. Again, I in the same spot. Again, I get attacked.
How about recently? Is it same like now? If you get very tired, do you still get pressed?
I has been now have this problem quite many years already. Actually,
Why? What?
suddenly
happened?
change. I think when I starting become a sangha to be. Okay.
So when you became a pastor.
Yes, there's one thing is I think the vow is protecting the sangha.
Okay, so you're taking pastor vows,
Yes,
and as soon as you took your pastor vows,
yeah.
this pressing stopped.
This pressing stop, but beginning of the my pastorhood that time I still experience it. But after when I become the sangha to be, I don't have this type of experience.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, Sangha, you see, because in Kechara we have two types of pastors. One are lay pastors. Lay pastors are pastors who dedicate their lives in the Buddhist temple. Then there's another type of pastors whom we have where they're dressed in white and they cut their hair and they are preparing themselves to be monks or nuns. Yeah. So what Pastor Chia is referring to is that as soon as he took the vows, right? You took the
Yeah.
vows to be a monk to be. Yeah, that's how you differentiate our pastors in Kechara. When they wear white like this with short hair, they're usually preparing for the monkhood or nunhood. Yeah. So as soon as
Yeah.
you became a pastor or a monk to be, everything stopped.
Yeah, that pressing experience stop. I
Okay.
only can say, but seeing or felt that still around the spirit. Yes, still I
They're
can.
still around, but they don't press on you.
No, they come harm me.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Which means that when a person hold on to their vows very, very strongly, they actually do get protection. And I hear this all the time. That's why for monks and nuns, simple monks and nuns, yeah, you don't have to be a high lama or highly attained monk or nun, but as long as you are a monk or nun holding your vows, no spirit can actually disturb you, and that's in the scriptures. It doesn't matter how powerful that spirit is. The monk or the nun who holds the vows very strongly will never ever be disturbed. Contrary to what other people say. Okay, so this is speaking from experience here. So
Even the simple refuge vow, we need to hold our refuge vow. A refuge vow is actually can protect us already. It's more
yes,
than enough.
yes. So as Pastor Chia says, even you see, because in Buddhism we do have a refuge vow, and refuge vows are basically it's a introductory to becoming a good person. No killing, no lying, no sexual misconduct, and so on and so forth. So for any decent person, it's actually pretty easy. You know what I'm saying? So vows in Buddhism is actually parameters to make us, just be decent and not create more negative karma for us. So even by virtue of holding on to those vows, Pastor Chia is saying, we still get protection from these spirits. And it does work. And remember, I said in one of my episodes that there was a spirit that tried to hurt me because I gave my friend an amulet for protection, because he was playing, he was dabbling with black magic and all that, and then he had this spirit that was supposed to help him do his black magic work, and it will always possess him. So and because I heard about it, and I first joined Kechara, so I got a Yamantaka amulet, the strongest protection, and I let him wear it. So when I visit him again, it was gone. He didn't know what happened to it. He said that he woke up. I feel that he was, like, I don't know, maybe he put it aside, then he was possessed, and then somehow it was just thrown away. He couldn't find it at all. Then after I visited him, that spirit followed me back to my home. And as soon as I drove into my parents' house, my dogs were howling away non-stop. Then when I went to my bedroom, the spirit came through my window and stood there. And I felt it. I felt that he was going to hit me or do something violent, because I could feel he was very angry. Remember what that episode that I spoke about? But so I stood at the door waiting to be hurt, and he stood by right there at the window, just standing there. And I stood there for a good 15-20 minutes because I knew he was going to come and do something. So, and I did say that after that spirit left, and I said, that's strange. And then the following morning, my friend told me, hey, do you know that the spirit followed you home? I said, how do you know? He said he went back and told him. He said that he wanted to beat me up. Can you imagine? The spirit wanted to beat me up. But he couldn't, because the spirit saw a holy monk behind me. And I said, holy monk? What holy monk? I said, I don't have a statue behind me, because I was standing right next to my bedroom door. And he said, I don't know. They said that you're protected by this holy monk. And I remember, because why? The week before, I took refuge with Rinpoche.
Okay.
Thank goodness I took refuge with Rinpoche. because I just joined Kechara for like a year. And every few months, people were taking refuge. And I remembered the committee members in Kechara House would say, hey, JP, when would you like to take refuge? I didn't know what that meant. I was a free thinker. And I was like, I don't know. Let me learn more about it. Thank goodness that week right after I took refuge, I was protected. Yeah. So the spirit could not hurt me. Yeah, and I told Rinpoche about it, and Rinpoche said, see, it's exactly in the scriptures that once you take refuge, in the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Dharma is the teachings of the Buddha. Sangha is the community of the monks and nuns. If you take refuge in them, then there is a protection. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can relate exactly to what Pastor Chia is saying. So lucky me. Lucky me.
Okay.
So also no more, right?
Since that when I become a Sangha to be, yes, I have no this type of experience of pressing anymore.
Oh, okay.
Thank God.
Because if he still had the next episode, I'll ask him not to sleep, and then he'll sit here, and then we'll see what happens. I was thinking already, you know.
Okay.
But oh well, too bad. Okay, so that's great.
Yeah.
So no more.
No more.
Okay. So before you became a monk to be, what other experiences did you have?
Like I say, it's plenty. Is any possibility that I just feel that the spirit is all around.
Definitely, they're all around.
It's just like wherever you go, you have an affinity or you have a come out with the spirit,
Uh-huh.
and somehow you will get it from them. Okay, I think it's because maybe I will come out with them, or our energy or our frequency is already connected. That's why they are. You feel like they are follow you around. Actually, it's not. They are all around.
They're all around. They're
Yes.
just like people. Wherever you go, there are
Yeah.
people around and there's
Yeah.
spirits around.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Okay, so tell me, you told me that there was something happened to you during one of when it was close to the Ulaanbaatar festival. What was that about?
Oh, I remember that time. I think it's two 2010 or 2009.
Okay.
That is one of the road show in our outlet, and because
You're doing a roadshow for Kechara's retail
Yes.
outlet, all right?
the retail is at Sunway Pyramid, a few days there. So but all this happened is not in the Sunway Pyramid. Okay,
Okay.
it's the other place. I remember the roadshow finished after 3 or 4 days later. We pack up. Then one of our outlet managers say, "Oh, why not we go for supper?" So that time is already like past midnight already. So I say, "What you have mind to want to have a supper?" They say they want to go for a porridge.
Okay.
So that time to look for porridge, 24 hours. What we can remember is the place we go is actually near the Putu jail, the
Near
old
the prison, the
Yeah.
Pudu prison.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Oh, the famous Teochew
yes,
porridge.
Yes.
Okay.
There is a place also because Rinpoche brought us there before, so we know that they open almost like 24 hours.
Yeah.
So we went to the same place. So I remember we have a two outlet manager with me together. We went for the supper. So the minute we sit down to the shop inside, actually the shop was quite, you feel quite hot because aircon at all, and
Yeah.
some more you eat hot porridge.
Yeah.
But suddenly I feel very chill, very cold. I told them that do you feel cold? They said no. So I thought maybe I was
Getting sick, is it?
getting sick because a few nights because we did not sleep very well. We was running the roadshow.
Yeah.
So I didn't think that much. We just like eating the porridge. After the porridge, we about to we leave the space, the restaurants.
Yeah.
We walk out to take our car. So just come out from the restaurants, I see one man actually,
Okay.
and stand on the street. But actually the street is all the shop, but already because already midnight they all closed already. I also feel very strange because this man they all wear all white. But you look at this man, it look very modern because he wearing the cap. Okay,
What kind of a cap? Like a baseball cap?
baseball cap and also white shoe, sports shoe, long pants. But it just feel like it's very modern man. But it just stood there, never move. So
On the street.
on the street,
Okay.
just they now, I think they lie down, just close the beans. One of the shop, the beans, very big beans. He's lie down there, but his hair was like down,
Mm-hmm.
never look up. So I just feel at the night why people just stand there and no move. I didn't notice it's a spirit. So
Why do you think it's a spirit?
that time I did not know he's a spirit.
Okay.
But toward because he was stand there, so the first thing I noticed about them, him already, and so when we walk past of him, and suddenly, uh, the two manager screaming. So I thought, I asked what happens. Oh, they say that because the mouse just cut across, they saw the mouse, they so scared. So they scream.
They saw a mouse in the restaurant.
Yes.
They should
So-
close down the restaurant, you know.
So, but in my corner, my eye, I still see the man. But because I was like attention to their screaming, I just look around. When I look back, it disappeared. The man. It's so fast. If you walk or you go in the shop, it cannot be so fast. It's just
Oh.
in my corner, my eye, they disappear.
Okay.
So
Did you see the face?
I did not see the face. I did not see his face at all because he's quite he was down with a baseball cap. But when I look at the street, and I notice people is burning the paper on the
Oh,
street.
they were burning,
Yeah.
making offerings.
Yeah, making offering that time. Then we realized it's actually the
Hungry,
seven-
the Hungry Ghost Festival.
Yes.
Yeah, it's for the Chinese tradition or the Taoist tradition, it's called the Hungry Ghost Festival. Yeah.
Yeah.
For the Buddhist tradition, it's called the Ulaanbaatar Festival, which is coming up. Ulaanbaatar is actually coming up on the first day is on August the 19th. August the 19th, and and it's for 1 month, and it ends on September 16th. Yeah, Ulaanbaatar Festival, or better known as the Hungry Ghost Festival. So you saw people making offerings on the
Yes.
streets.
Yes.
Oh wow! So I guess the spirit was there,
Yes.
just watching.
Yeah. So you see, during this period of time, whatever attention or offering we make for spirit is for them.
Yeah.
So if a spirit around, sure they will be seeing all these things. They are standby, because sometimes it's not they are not around. Even we see, we don't know they are spirit, because we didn't pay
Really?
attention to them.
Did you see could you see their feet? You said that you saw their shoes.
They have he have a feet actually.
Oh, you actually saw their shoes.
Yes,
Oh,
he wear the
okay.
shoe some more.
Because the spirits that I see,
Uh,
I cannot see beyond their calves.
Oh.
I cannot see. Somehow it just, like in the movies, it just fades away.
oh,
But you can see the shoes.
yes.
Oh, okay, interesting.
I saw a different. I think it's a spirit because when you look at them, actually they are just like same like human form, but when you look at their action, you feel very, how to say? Sometimes they just like very abnormal. I see people's in the middle of nowhere at the road. Actually, what I pass by, my experience is pass by the Genting toward the Genting before the reach the Genting. I see people just stood on the roadside naked, but when the eye is look up, when you look at their eye, because I can see their eye because of the light, the car light,
Yeah.
their eye is all up. You cannot see their eyes more. It's all white
It's
color.
white color.
Yes. So you know that
They are possessed.
I don't think so they're possessed. I think they are not
Human.
humans. Sorry to say. How can the people that you can't see their eyes more? They are totally white color.
Really? You
Yeah.
actually saw that.
I saw that.
And what do you do?
I just passed by. I didn't do anything.
You didn't stop just to take a closer look?
No. How can you pass by? Because
You take a picture?
no.
I would have stopped and take a look.
Well,
Have a
if
closer
you're
look.
lucky, they follow you in your car.
If you're lucky.
I'm no joke. I'm have an experience like this also.
Okay.
Yeah, I have an experience when the spirit passed by and enter my car, and he followed me back.
And you saw the spirit in your car?
I saw the
Sitting behind you or next to you?
I saw the shadow. That has happened that one time I was working. That time I was working in an outlet. I remember that when I go back, actually I want to go to the PJ. I supposed to meet up with the outlet manager together. We have another assignment to do.
Okay.
So when I go to further highway, I see a shadow moving very fast from opposite side. They run to the middle. I say, why people so crazy? There are so many cars. From the opposite side, they have 3 lanes, and here got 3 lanes, at least 6 lanes. How can
Yeah.
people just want to cross like that?
Yeah.
And I see the shadow just run very fast and stuck over there. So I can't see the face because around 20 or 30 meter, the distance.
Yeah.
But I can see the man. I can see the man. It run very fast. That time I was thinking, oh, people really like crazy. They don't want to just like so dangerous. They want to cross the road. So when I was passing by the where they stood, it's just near the lamppost actually. I know where it's then. I look at the place. I said I don't see anything. So because I was seeing, I said, no people. Suddenly, I felt my car something presence. My hair all stand out.
Okay.
I felt very cold. Very
Again.
cold in my car. Even I switch off my aircons, I was driving all the way back to the PJ. It's still very cold. And my hair, my
Was all
goosebumps,
standing up.
all come out all the time, more than 20 minutes.
And did you see anything
I can't see anything, but I know that he already inside
inside your car?
inside my car already.
Did you look at the mirror to see what's behind you?
I look at the mirror, but I can't see anything.
Thank goodness. Can you imagine if you look at the mirror and you saw something?
But I didn't go back to my house. I parked it in near the open site actually. So I remember I go to the manager's house. We supposed to meet up. They want to come out to my car. I told them no,
Don't come into your car.
don't come to my car. We go to another car.
Another car.
So when
So-
we switch car, I only told them got something in my car. So
So did the spirit follow you to the other car?
no. The feeling immediately when we left, we changed the car. I have no more goosebumps and things. I feel normal.
Okay, so I guess when Pastor Chia feels cold, you know that there's a spirit nearby. Are you feeling cold now?
No.
Okay, that's good.
No, I think the immediate thing is a few goosebumps actually.
Do you feel any goosebumps now?
No,
Okay, yeah, that's a
pretty
good sign.
normal.
You feel very normal.
Yeah,
That's good.
Yeah.
So, you know, there were questions before that said that, you know, in the Chinese tradition again,
Yes.
you know, they always say, oh, the Hungry Ghost month is coming. You know, during the Hungry Ghost month, don't go out at night because, you know, there are a lot of spirits around, because the gates of hell has opened up. Do you think that's true? What's your take on that?
Through my experience, I felt anytime, everywhere, always got spirit hanging around. Whether it's a Hungry Ghost or a festival
or not?
they are always out.
So why do people say that you know, you have to be careful, you know, it's Hungry Ghost Festival, and don't go out so much because, you know, you will get attacked and all that? So
I think
you don't think it's true, right?
uh,
Do you think it's true or no? Personally, what do you think?
personally, I think the chance for attack, of course, because that period of time, everyone was maybe scared or more mindful of the spirit. They could be, because when you're more scared about spirit, you open the portal to them. Sorry to say,
So when you're more scared,
yeah.
you actually open a portal.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. So for those of you who are scared of ghosts, okay, good luck.
I felt it's the attention how you give it to the spirit. If you give it to spirit in the good way, like how we Buddhists do, we do a lot of prayer or chantings, dedicate to the three jewel. So also when the being pass by, we also dedicate to them. So
So you pray for them.
we pray for them,
All right.
and they actually can feel it because when we do the prayer, important is because we also try to help to those beings that suffering that they cannot incarnate well, and when we are doing sincerely in the Buddhist prayer, they can feel it. So when they felt the prayer it came, then they might be have a chance to that moment they can open their heart or open their mind that to let go actually.
To let go.
Yes, that is very important.
Why is it important for the spirit to open the heart or the mind to let go?
I think when you were born as a karma, born as a spirit, due to your negative karma, maybe you are experience of a lot of fear or attachment, all these type of things.
So when you have a lot of fear when
Yeah.
you're a human being,
Yeah.
and when you have a lot of attachment as a human
Yes.
being, so you're according to the scriptures you are reborn into the spirit realm, right?
When especially you are very attached.
Very attached.
Yes. So
So it can be attached to anything,
yeah, anything
such as
your house.
attached to your house.
Yeah, your house,
Okay.
your possessions,
Okay.
your money,
Okay.
and it could be people you like, you love a lot.
So if you're attached to your loved ones,
Yes. So
even with that, so
Even
when
that.
so when we pass away, we will reincarnate as a spirit.
it could be
Okay.
because you want to protect them, or maybe you die in a house, you don't want to leave because you love your family so much. Those attachment is overwhelmed already. So when they die, they not even know they die. So they will be after a long period of time. That's why they can be born in a spirit at the house, and always try to like keep near to their family.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this when more how to say when I know more about the Buddhism type, because sometimes people came to say, oh, they go to their house got spirit, or they bought the new house, the house got spirit, all these sort of things. It could be, it's very possible because when maybe the spirit can live very long time, they can stay very long time in the house.
Yeah.
Maybe their family already like moved to another place already, or
Okay.
move from how many generations, but those spirit that die at the house, they still stay there. They try to protect in the house or whatever. So somehow they become the spirit, live in a house
In the same
or
house.
in an
I see.
area for a long period of time.
Okay. So how can we help them?
Actually, the best way, they have many way actually, not saying necessarily must be best way. Usually the prayer is very important.
Prayers.
Yes, and also that why people's when we are having a new house, why we need to set up the altars, because when you are set up altar, actually when you do the prayer, you are inviting the Buddha energies came
You invite the Buddha's energy to come to your house,
to your house, and then you
Alright.
also purify and bless the place.
purify and bless the house.
Yes.
All right.
So it's very important when you do that, you also can help the beings who stay in that area or inside the house also.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now that Ulaanbaatar is coming up very soon,
Yeah.
why is it that we recommend everyone to do prayers during the Hungry Ghost Festival?
Like I say, because this festival we know that is especially we are dedicated to our ancestor or people we love who passed on, or people still alive. But if our energy is to focus to helping through the prayer, to helping to the spirit or whatever, when we do it in a correct way, sincere way, and through the rituals, the prayer, and they able to get the help from that actually. And important thing is when we are, I think in this period of time, people more focus on making offering to the treasure, and also making to try to help them, because other time people not that so strong that they thinking about senses beings like spirit in a spirit realm. So when you're in the Ulamana, as much that you can do the prayer, actually you can help more for those the spirits actually.
Okay, so the more prayers we do to dedicate to the spirits, the better for them, right? So
Yes.
especially our ancestors or
Yes.
people who have our loved ones who have passed away.
Yes.
So just in case they are born in the spirit realm, so when we do prayers to the Buddhas and dedicate the prayers, we can actually help them move on
Yes.
and not stay in the
Yes.
spirit realm.
Yeah.
Okay, how about they were saying things like, you know, you can purify your karmic debtors.
Yeah. I think there's one of them. What you can do, you see, when you do if you know how to do the prayer, or you do the puja, or even the retreat, you do all this prayer, actually you are experienced to purify your own negative karma. Okay, so when you do the all these things, you also can help you to help you to clear your debtor from your previous life or whatever you own. You see, I think many years ago, I have experienced another panorama consider in monastery actually.
With the karmic debtor.
Okay, what Rinpoche told me is like this. When I was in a monastery, I'm doing the retreat.
Okay.
And one afternoons, I was attacked by the spirits.
Okay.
That is during the time I was resting, taking a nap.
Okay.
So what I heard is people calling me
Okay.
to wake up.
Okay.
Okay, to wake up. So when I try to wake up, I see the two hands was like only the two hands, only until here.
Okay.
They're pressing in on my hands. I cannot get up.
Okay.
So then I was suffering to get up. Also, I cannot talk that time. So when I able to move that time, I also quite surprised. I said, why in the monastery I can attack, and also when I do retreat, I also have this type of experience. So I asked Rinpoche. I said, then Rinpoche say, when you do retreat, actually you are experienced to purify your negative karma.
Okay.
Also, you dedicate to the senses being
Sentient beings.
sentient beings who are suffer also.
All right.
So they came to you. So when you get attacked, maybe you are purify your own negative karma, or that is the how you experience on that. So you no need to be how to say nervous or whatever. It's common thing actually.
Okay.
So think about monastery when they do a lot of prayer. Who they dedicate with?
Yeah.
Is to the sentient being. Of course they will come.
Okay. So when we do dedication, all sentient beings will come,
Yes.
including the spirits.
Yes. Also our debtor that
The karmic debtors.
yeah,
they would
our
also
community
come.
debtors. Yes.
Okay, but as soon as we purify our karma with all these prayers, then that's it, right? So
That's it.
then we don't have to. Well, I guess the more the merrier, right?
Yes.
Because we don't know how many karmic debtors
Yeah.
we have.
That's why. That's why we have to do it. Always we have to do. Or if you want to do, either you can do more retreat. If not, like normal people like us, we always have to do all the pujas to dedicate to sentient being.
Dedicate. Okay. Thank you. So we got to wrap up, right? Because time is up. But just there is a question here before we wrap up, and I think we do have a sponsor for tonight. Do we? Okay. Can you private message that to me if you don't mind? Just a screenshot. Yeah. Thanks. Okay. So before we wrap up, we will just answer one question from Clive. Um, yeah, from Clive. Okay. Are the spirits categorized into different religion beliefs just like us? Example, if spirit is Hindi or Muslim, they will not benefit from Buddhist or Taoist chant, etc. Or are spirits, or all spirits can benefit regardless of religious chants? Or Hungry Ghost Festival offering is benefiting only the Chinese religious belief spirit only? So what it's saying is, if you're a spirit that used to be Muslim, or used to be Christian, or used to be Hindu, or any other religion, so when you do a Buddhist prayer, does it work or it doesn't work?
Prayer is prayer. I think definitely is work. The
Uh-huh.
important is our motivations.
The importance is our motivation.
Yes, if our motivation is to help the beings can feel that.
Okay.
They know your motivation. They can see through your mind
Yeah.
what you really are. So prayer is just a different language, different religions.
Yeah.
But when your thought, your motivation is to helping the beings,
Yeah.
so I assume the prayer will work, no
Definitely.
matter what religion you are.
Yeah, you see, Clive, when we do prayers, any religion, as a matter of fact, it is actually a form of unconditional love and compassion that we are sending them very positive energies towards them. So they, so whether or not you invoke a Buddha, you invoke a holy being from your religion, it all represents compassion. So when we're invoking compassion and we're dedicating the energies of compassion to them, they will definitely feel it, just like what Pastor Chia has said. Because even for myself, yes, I have seen spirits of all kinds, of different various races. Sometimes they appear in front of me, you know, as of a different race. But regardless, when I do my prayers and when I dedicate to them, they do leave. They do leave. So based on my experience, it doesn't matter whether you are from a different religion, as long as exactly what Pastor Chia said, the motivation is of compassion, and yeah, if it's of compassion and unconditional love and kindness, definitely they will feel that, and definitely they will calm down and feel some peace, and that's where they will kind of leave you alone. Yeah, that's the power of compassion. Okay, so I have to end here. Thank you very much, and thank you Zarimuchi for tuning in, Tashidere, and for all of you who have tuned in today. Before I wrap up, and I'd like to thank our sponsor for today's program. Sponsor is GL Sim and Family. The dedication is made everyone be free of paranormal disturbances and be able to practice the Dharma. Thank you very much. If you like our programs in Kechara, do continue to sponsor our programs so that it will help us sustain with the online programs. All right. So if you are, and for those of you who keep hearing about this Ulambana festival, it is a Hungry Ghost Festival. We in Kechara. If you look online, we are promoting a lot of our various offerings, and with for our pujas. And this year we are doing two very very powerful pujas. They're Doji Shuden pujas, they're protected pujas or prayers that is specifically performed for during this pandemic. Okay, it is to help us purify our karma so that we get protection. Number one, from being affected by the virus, and number two is because of the pandemic, people are becoming jobless. Businesses are very bad, so it's a lot of negative situations that are arising as a result. But you see, I also hear people, because of this pandemic, they're doing extremely well. All right, so again, it all depends on our karma.
Yes.
Right. So regardless of the situations, if our karma is such that we can overcome them, then things will actually work well. So do look out, and if you would like to have more information, you can actually log onto our website, Kechara.com, or even on the Facebook fan page, Kechara's fan page. You can see our Ulaanbaatar details there. All right. So thank you very much for tuning in once again, and I'll see you next Thursday. Take care. Bye bye.